Hey, what's going on, everyone, friends, freedom crusaders, good parters throughout the world? I hope you're having a great day. This is Paul Hutchings going live with episode 15 of The Good Parts with, drumroll please, me, Paul Hutchings, where I go live daily, Monday through Friday, right around 11 a.m. Eastern, to do the good parts, share at least one good part from my life and or business that you can take away, that you can pick up in the form of, value, something you can take away to create more success, experience more happiness, joy, abundance, prosperity, all the good things that life has to offer. That's my intention behind this show. So in today's good parts episode, I'm going to be sharing the 3 hidden treasures buried within the biggest of problems, along with some corresponding advice that I gave to my 11-year-old from this little lesson that I'm going to be talking about today. And if you are here live, if you would do me a favor and just let me know who you are and where you're plugging in from. And also same goes for the replay viewers. I really appreciate the comments and love reading them and love getting to know you guys and gals. So let me jump right into this. So I have been over the last month or two in the middle of kind of a big problem within my business. It's kind of a big one, a big one, and that's the title of the episode here. The biggest of problems, right? Doesn't mean it's unsolvable. In fact, we're solving it, and we're on the very very end of solving it. So that's a good thing. But going through this has caused me to, realize a few things. The first one, before I get into the 3 hidden treasures, I want to mention a conversation I had. Hey, what's up, Curtis? Ontario, Canada. Awesome. So cool. Thanks for tuning in today from up north. So yesterday, we had a building delivered to my home. I talked about it in one of the former Good Parts episodes. We're building a little area in a building off our house that'll be like a game room and a workout center. And anyway, the building showed up yesterday. And the guy that was in charge of the project, I was talking to him because the semi truck that brought the building got stuck in the sand behind my house. And they spent a few hours, and I got out my tractor, and he had his diesel truck hooked up to the semi, and I had my tractor hooked up to his diesel truck. We were trying to pull this big semi truck out, and it wasn't working. And that happened for a couple hours. Finally, I gave up and had to go get some work done. And anyway, they finally got it figured out. But in the middle of all of this, I was talking to my friend who was doing this project for me, and the topic of problems came up. And he's like, I'm keeping you away from your work. Hey, I see Arnita's here. Hey, what's up, Arnita? Good to see you live from Columbus, Ohio. Appreciate you so much, Arnita. Veronique says Belgium is in the house. Hey, Good Parts is officially worldwide, thanks to Curtis Long in Canada and Veronique in Belgium. And Nick is here as well. Good to see you, Nick. How you doing today, my friend? So anyway, this conversation, right? My friend says, I'm keeping you from your work, Paul. And I said, yeah, it's no biggie. We just have this huge problem we're solving. And I kind of told him about it. And he's like, oh, wow, that's a big one. And I'm like, yeah, it's all good though. We're getting through it. And the conversation that popped up between us, what's up, Debbie Wood? How you doing? You doing the challenge, Debbie? Come on, give me the update. What's going on? You going to do it? You going to take the Good Parts challenge, Debbie? Putting you on display here for all to see. I'm sorry. You don't have to comment below. You can message me and let me know where you're at with it. But anyway, as I was talking to my friend, I said, it seems like in business, it's one problem after another. And I don't want to discourage anyone from building business because it's great, to build a business. There's so many benefits to building a business, but it does seem that way where this problem pops up and you're like, oh no, what am I going to do? And then you go to work finding a solution, and it's a big deal. And you finally find the solution, and then the solution works. And then you're like, and then you get that for however long you're lucky to have that peace of mind. And then, another problem pops up, right? That seems to be the pattern. That seems to be the cycle. And my friend was kind of agreeing with me. He's a business owner as well. So anyway, this big problem that I've been dealing with, Arnita, so happy to be here. So happy you're here, Arnita. West Virginia, Nick. Thank you. Martin. What's up, Martin? So, okay, so the 3 lessons from this big problem, because I have been evaluating my psyche as I've been going through this. And that's a great content tip, by the way. If you guys are creating content, one of the best things we can all do is just live life and pay attention to what's happening in life. Pay attention to how life and business are affecting us as they both unfold before our very eyes, and look for the insights that we're experiencing right within inside ourselves. I think that's a great way to um, find content ideas. In fact, I was on Twitter the other day, and there's a great content marketer who's been very successful. And one of the things he said on Twitter was, people wonder how I get so much content. Where do I get all my content ideas? And he said, do cool stuff and talk about it. It's just do cool stuff and talk about it. So anyway, that was a little tangent. But anyways, I've been evaluating my psyche, and I believe there are 3 big treasures in even the biggest of problems. So the first one is that when a big problem comes along, here's the coolest thing, is all of the other things you thought were problems, they just instantly disappear. Like all the things that you were stressing about before and thinking were an issue and blah, 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 blah. Like a big problem just deletes all of it, and it takes your attention and focuses it on the big problem. And then all of a sudden, by the principle of contrast, all the things that were bumming you out before, they're no longer bumming you out because you got something bigger. So that's actually a benefit I've noticed, to be handling this big challenge that I've been handling. That's the first benefit. It just wipes all the other stuff away, and now you can focus on this problem. And that's the second benefit to a big problem. Debbie Wood says, OMG, that is so true. Isn't it true, Debbie? It really is, right? And that's a benefit. Nick says, life is filled with content. The sky is the limit. Just stop and look around and you shall see. Absolutely, Nick. So the second benefit that I've noticed is, you guys ready? Instant focus, drive, determination, 100% focus. Because when you have a big problem, not only does it delete everything else, but it demands all of your attention, all of your brain power, all of your mental resources and physical work ethic thrown into solving that thing. And that's a gift. That's a gift. I remember when I first got started on the road to freedom, and I had a big problem to solve for myself, and that was the money problem. I wanted to solve the money problem. And I remember going through this exercise where, I would repeat my definite purpose, and I would condition my mind morning and night. And, after a while, we talk about this on our morning call, which I'll show you how to get on later if that's something that interests you. And there's a specific activity that you can go through that I went through that conditioned my mind to be in a state of white hot burning desires, Napoleon Hill calls it, and 100% focus, 100% drive, 100% determination. Almost nothing else matters but the one thing that you are working on. For me, it was financial freedom. That was my definite major purpose. And what happened to me over the years, as I've achieved, that goal and different goals, and I've noticed myself kind of like drifting in and out of like that state of drive, focus, determination, all my energy, all my resources, everything I've got on one thing. And having a big problem gets me back into that state. And I actually like it. I like it. I like having something to focus on and to solve. It's really a great gift, to have it. So yeah, it deletes all the other stuff. It focuses you 100%. That's the second hidden treasure. And then the third hidden treasure, and I'll get to the comments here in just a moment. The third and hidden treasure in big problems is that they require you to grow. If it's a big problem, one of the defining attributes, maybe you could say, of a big problem is you don't already know how to solve it, right? So it's like, that's why it's a big problem. It throws you into chaos. You're like, oh, no, I've never seen this before. What do we do? I don't know. Have some ideas. I can research here. I got to figure this out, right? And in growing, in handling something that you haven't handled before, it causes you to step outside your comfort zone. And that's growth, right? If you stay in the little circle of where you're comfortable all the time, you don't grow, you don't change, you don't become better. So a big problem, maybe big problems are God's way of like snapping us out of the comfort zone. Because, hey, I like peace. I like comfort. I like kick back, relax, easy living just as much as the next guy or gal, right? And a big problem, though, it like says, get out of there, get out of there, get back to the focus, the drive, the determination, get back to getting outside your comfort zone and expanding yourself a little bit. So those are the three big benefits I've noticed in big problems. Big problems. These are bigger than normal problems. Veronique says, yes, that's true. There is so much energy in the universe today. Sometimes we have too much of it, of all the things overwhelming us. Yeah, absolutely. So simplicity is important, to do one thing at a time. Yeah. And to have one singular focus, a major definite purpose, a big problem, whatever it is, a singular focus really does seem to work magic. So the advice I gave to my 11-year-old son, I was driving him to school one day and he was asking me about, business and life and stuff. And I mentioned, we're dealing with this challenge. And I told my son Cashton, I said, business is about problem solving. That's what business is. And the bigger the problem, the bigger the reward, the bigger the profits. And I was endeavoring to teach my son to be excited about solving problems. A lot of people in the world, they look at problems as a bad thing, as a negative thing, and they can be. But for the most part, problems are opportunities, aren't they? They're opportunities that bring us these three great treasures and allow us to grow and become better and do more and all of these things. So I like looking at problems as challenges. And challenges, what's the essence of a challenge? Rise up. Be more than you thought you were. Do more than you thought you could do. That's a challenge. And problems do that. They do that. They're challenges. So anyway, I wanted to pass that along. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I appreciate all of you guys. Nick says, thank you. I discovered things I couldn't do before and capable of. I appreciate you more than you know. I appreciate you too, Nick. If you guys don't know, Nick Romani is blowing up on YouTube. We got to see his YouTube channel last night. And he's getting, thousands and thousands of views on all of his videos. He's generating consistent leads. So that's super exciting. That's a good part, right? That's a good part. Way to go, Nick. You deserve so much praise and recognition. Minister Christian says, yes, problems are opportunities. Yeah, absolutely. And also, I enrolled a new customer last night in the middle of the night while, handling challenges and then going to sleep, and new customer joined. So that's a good part too. So welcome to my new customer. I'm so excited you got started. And with that, I'm going to close out with an off ramp. In all of your content, you want to hold up a stop sign, catch people's attention, get them on your freeway, show them the scenery. And then when you're done showing the scenery, you want to say, here's the off ramp, right? And so Curtis says, great nuggets. Thank you, Curtis. I appreciate that so much. So my off ramp, if you want to learn more from me and get more content like this, number one, subscribe to me on social media, wherever it is you're finding this. I'm live on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. So wherever you're at, subscribe to me on social media. And if you want to make sure you get this content and not leave it up to the algorithm gods, you can visit my website and subscribe to my email list. And in the process, pick up a very cool gift of your own choosing. I've got several gifts you can pick up on your way to subscribing to my email list. And I email these out on a daily basis. And the last challenge is I want to challenge you, if you're not already creating consistent content, if you're not already shining some light into the internet on a consistent basis, I would love to encourage you to take the Good Parts Challenge. And the Good Parts Challenge is so simple, it'll blow your mind. It's just where once a day or once a week, you go live consistently on one of the social media platforms or all of the social media platforms. And the intention is to share one good part from your life and or your business that others can also get value from. And I look at this as practicing our communication skills, stepping into the best versions of ourselves, delivering value to the marketplace. Jim Rohn said you get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. And I also look at this as a way to just shine light into the world. I think the world can use more light, or at least more of words that highlight the light that is already there. Because we have plenty of light, sunshine in here in Idaho where I'm at, plenty of light. But the interesting thing about communication, I found, is that our words can create light in the minds of people. And the reason why that's true is because when we speak words and people hear our words, the words create pictures, they create emotions, they create, states of being inside people. And so, 10 people could be walking around underneath the sun, and 5 of them could be noticing the light. 4 of them are staring at the ground, complaining about, the lawn, the weeds, whatever. And you could come along with your social media show, and with your words, you can say, wait a minute, do you see all of this light? I love the lines, 2 men looked out from prison bars, one saw the mud, the other the stars. And we, with our words, can help people, help ourselves and others see the stars. So that's the Good Parts Challenge. If you want to engage in that, just go live, share a good part, hashtag Good Parts Challenge if you want to see other good parters and give them some love and support. So that's it, guys. Have a great day, and we'll catch you perhaps tomorrow in Good Parts with Paul Hutchings. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.